For this week's premieres, we say hello to an all new tribe of Scandinavian seafarers. You're going to Hollywood to an all new group of karaoke singers. WTF to an infamous con artist named Elizabeth Holmes. And we say pss, 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 to all you cool cats and kittens out there. Liz, please tell us more about it.
We have a great lineup of new premieres with a little something for everyone. And we're going to start off with Vikings, Valhalla on Netflix on February 25th. This historical drama picks up 100 years after the History Channel's series Vikings. And as you could have guessed by the name, it's about Vikings. Specifically, though, about Leif Erikson, played by Sam Corlett, and his sister, Freydis Eriksdotter, played by Frida Gustafsson. As you would expect from a Viking story, this series doesn't disappoint. It's full of drama, lots of blood and gore during those fight scenes, and overall pretty provocative. You won't want to miss it. Vikings, Valhalla on Netflix on February 25th. So nothing says you're old like talking to you about a 20th season premiere of any show. And yes, I'm talking about season 20 of American Idol premiering on ABC on February 27th. We have returning judges like Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan looking for that next singing sensation. Ryan Seacrest will also return as host, and I honestly just hope we get to see some of these past winners like Jennifer Hudson and Carrie Underwood, and of course, some Kelly Clarkson. You won't want to miss a moment like this. You see what I did there? Well, anyway, let's moving on to better things. I mean, no, really. We're talking about the 5th and final season of Better Things premiering on February 28th on FX. This series followed Sam Fox, who was played by Pamela Adlon, and you may recognize her as the voice of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. Well, either way, Sam is a Gen Xer, single mom, actress, and really just trying to stay relevant and sane, which both are crazy and impossible while raising 3 girls. And I should know a little something about that. But either way, it's a raw and funny and authentic show, and you definitely won't want to miss it. You also won't want to miss the new drama series on Hulu, The Dropout, which premieres on March 3rd. Many of us are familiar with the story of Elizabeth Holmes and her company Theranos. And if you're not, make sure you catch this series to learn what happened to the youngest self-made female billionaire who was expected to be the next Steve Jobs. Amanda Seyfried plays Elizabeth opposite Naveen Andrews as her partner, Sunny Balwani. There's also a star-studded lineup of reoccurring guest stars. You won't want to miss this Hulu original, The Dropout, on March 3rd. And we're going to round out the week on March 3rd with Joe versus Carole on Peacock. I mean, did you even quarantine if you didn't watch or at least hear about Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin? And because obviously we can't get enough of the feud between the two of them, there's a new series starring Kate McKinnon and John Cameron Mitchell. I mean, is there a better way to even end your week? I don't think so.
And in this week's finales, we say farewell to Blind Love, Amazing Racers, Stacked Chefs, and the most chaotic drug-fueled teen series on television. Gordon, give us the rundown.
Thank you, David. All right, I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Eventually it'll become a catchphrase. All good things must come to an end, and so too must our favorite shows. So let's take a look at the finales for this week. We're going to kick it off Friday, February 25th, the finale of Love is Blind on Netflix. This reality dating show where people fall in love without really meeting each other is very weird, but also very fun. And honestly, not a lot of people know this, but I have a very deep connection to this show because it was on season 1 of this show where my parents met and fell in love. So if it wasn't for Love is Blind, I wouldn't even be here. Hopefully some other crazy kids can form a similar love connection tonight. From there, it's one of the most popular shows amongst Xfinity Hangouts editors. I'm talking about Euphoria on HBO Max. They're dropping their season 2 finale on Sunday, February 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This finale's got a lot to live up to considering everything that's happened in the past, but I have my fingers crossed that they can pull it off. And how do you like that for staying out of spoiler territory? Captain Vague over here with his Amazing Powers of Vagueness. Speaking of superheroes, this Wednesday, March 2nd, it's the finale of Batwoman on the CW. Tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Time to see if Batwoman and the Bat Team can stop Marquis and his evil plan to put a hurting on the good folks of Gotham City. I tell you, who would live in Gotham City? There are so many safer places. Maybe real estate prices are good because the crime is so extreme. Also, the crime's so creative. You gotta give them that. They'll blow up a building with a giant rubber duck. Very creative. Good on them. On that same night, big night for finales Wednesday. Next Level Chef finishes off its debut season at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Which one of the remaining chefs has what it takes to elevate their game to the next level? Well, I tell you, only Superstar Chef and the only other Gordon I know, Gordon Ramsay, knows for sure. All you food lovers, foodies, food fans, and, people who enjoy multiple levels, you gotta be sure to check that one out. And finally, same night, same time, we're talking about Wednesday, March 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The Amazing Race is going to crown their latest winner on CBS, and major kudos to the production team here. I'm a big fan of CBS reality, but they had to shut down the whole shebang due to COVID. So you've got this weird, uneven team dynamic throughout the whole season, and it seems like they had to stay in Europe for the majority of the season, but honestly, good on them. They made it happen, and I gotta tell you, Amazing Race is like pizza. Even when it's not great, it's still really, really good. So kudos to the team at CBS.